What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Kamala Harris is a liar. Her team is a bunch of liars. And one of the biggest sources of those lies came from a particular X account known as Kamala HQ. It was an account that posted lies about me, lies about basically anybody who had a YouTube channel or a Rumble channel that had anything to say about Kamala Harris. Referred to me as an operative, I believe, a Trump operative. I never got any checks from Trump. Have you seen any selfies of me at Mar-a-Lago? I don't think none of that. I'm not seeing any of that. So if I'm a Trump operative, I'm not getting paid very well. Well, they also slandered Tim Pool and he sued them. And there's a pretty spicy little update to share with you on that case. Just letting everyone know, our 12 days of coffee box is basically finally all caught up. So if you ordered one, it's going out today or tomorrow at this point, probably more likely today. So I have a few left and time. So I'm going to put it on sale today. Promo code 12days15. 15% off. It comes with some of our best seasonal coffees, real cacao cocoa, and our sweet treats. The box is luxurious. It goes right out on the counter. It's absolutely great. And it makes a perfect gift. So if you haven't ordered it yet, if you're looking for a gift for somebody, remember, the 12 days of Christmas starts on Christmas Day. This is not an Advent calendar. This is a 12 days of Christmas calendar. So it still makes a great gift for the office, somebody at the office, or friends, family, parents. And you're supporting, local business, small business. We're right here. We're all located here, where we pack it, we roast it. We're not some drop ship outlet like a lot of my competition. So I could definitely use your support. And also I can get you a sweet Christmas gift for it. So if we go back, Tim Pool sued, rightfully so in my opinion, Kamala HQ for spreading lies about him. Plaintiff Tim Pool, a social media content creator, commentator, and independent journalist, Mr. Pool has interviewed political leaders, current and former U.S. presidential candidates on all sides of partisan divides, including Democratic presidential candidate Marianne Williamson. Mr. Pool also cast his ballot for Barack Obama in 2008 and endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2016. Pool, I doubt, I never really bought that, but whatever. So wait, where's this? Okay. Mr. Pool's worldview is woven together by a common thread, deep skepticism and corporate and state news power. Okay, I'd say that probably counts for a lot of us. Mr. Pool's skepticism grew as he observed global battle on terror and latter when he received blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is all about him. Now, in addition to being a critic, blah, 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 in a post to the social media platform X, which has now been viewed more than 12 million times, the Harris campaign stated that Mr. Pool was promoting a plan to give former President Trump total unchecked legal power so they can jail and execute those who don't support Trump if he wins. The Harris campaign did not hedge this statement or couch it as opinion. To the contrary to any reasonable reader, the Harris campaign was saying that Mr. Pool wanted to suspend the Constitution, make President Trump dictator, and use state power to imprison and end Mr. Pool and President Trump's political opponents. According to the Harris campaign, then Mr. Pool's plan was to imitate one of the hallmarks of the most abhorrent murderous regimes of past and present. I mean, Democrats lie. I don't, I'd be surprised if, you were surprised by that. They go on to say, this reputational harm from the Harris campaign inflicted on Mr. Pool will take millions of dollars to undo. At the same time, Mr. Pool is ramping up his security efforts as a shield against those who bought the Harris campaign's lie and might seek to do him harm and those he cares about harm. A recent incident suggests one man might have already been set off by the Harris campaign's false statement. To paraphrase President Biden with this suit, Mr. Pool is stepping out of the shadow the Harris campaign cast over him while shining a light on the falsehoods designed to defame and further inflame political discourse. Mr. Pool cannot and will not remain silent in these facts in which, work to cut off Mr. Poole from the very many people he seeks to engage. So here they show the tweet. Join us, Kamala HQ. They show the tweet. Factual background. We already know who Tim Poole is, Mr. Beanie. Here, they show many examples of Tim Poole refuting that claim, saying that he's, against that kind of behavior, this, that, and the other thing. Consistent with these views, Mr. Poole criticized Obama. So basically, most of the lawsuits saying, hey, he's not a Trump operative. Here's a bunch of examples where he criticized Trump or, did all this kind of stuff. Count one, defamation liable per se under West Virginia law. Mr. Poole realleges the foregoing paragraphs. The Harris campaign published a false statement that Mr. Poole is a Trump operative, that he has a Project 2025 plan, and that he wants to give Trump total control, unchecked legal power to jail and destroy those who don't support Trump if he wins. The statements were and are false because Mr. Poole never said such a thing in the incorporated video, and he never said such a thing previously. The content the Harris campaign clipped cannot be reasonably construed to support the claims made in the post at issue or from Mr. Poole's own prior statements and conduct. The Harris campaign cast its statement as fact, not opinion, accusations that Mr. Poole endorses lawlessness, executions, extrajudicial killings, harm, and all this kind of stuff. Count two, bad faith, misconduct. Okay, prayers for relief. Let's see. Mr. Poole respectfully prays that this court award Mr. Poole all cognizable damages, all attorney's fees and costs, orders the Harris campaign to retract the original defamatory publication in the same forms, the broadcast media, and the same prominence originally published, and any other relief that the Harris campaign and court deems proper, and they demanded a jury trial. Mr. Poole requests a jury trial on all issues so triable, respectfully submitted. Now, there is no dollar amount in here, but I'm assuming it was in the millions, given he had said, hey, this is going to cost me millions of dollars to undo the reputational damage that you caused with this absurd tweet. And, I'm not surprised. It doesn't make it unlikely to me that it would cost him that to undo that. Well, Tim Poole won the lawsuit. Kamala HQ deletes the post making false claims about Tim Poole after a successful conclusion to lawsuit. YouTuber Tim Poole's lawsuit against Kamala HQ, which represents the post on behalf of Kamala Harris's presidential campaign on X, reached a successful conclusion on Friday. While the details of the settlement have not been made public, Poole posted that he was, quote, satisfied with the result, along with a screen capture showing that the allegedly defaming post from Kamala HQ had been deleted. In his suit against the campaign, Poole had asked for a retraction. The deletion of the post essentially is that. I don't know. I don't think deleting the post is necessarily a retraction because, the 12 million people that saw that post still believe that post. Deleting it now, months later, means maybe he did get some cash on top of it, I would hope. The lawsuit between Tim Poole, and the Kamala Harris campaign has been resolved. To my satisfaction, thank you. When asked if he thought this resolution was an indication that things are finally getting back to even and how he thinks we can still go ahead, Tim said, I think it's getting better. I think we're winning, but mentioned two recent events this week that give him pause, namely the ongoing Daniel Penny trial and the United CEO Health Brian Thompson situation. The Daniel Penny verdict and the CEO removal shows the far left is still out here and dangerous. The suit had originated back in September of this year when Kamala HQ accused Poole of being a Trump operative, then claimed that he wanted to destroy those who don't support Trump. His response was, I've obtained legal counsel. The account was so egregious in its false claims that another account popped up to fact check called Kamala HQ Lies. That account has since been rebranded to Media Lies, but during the campaign, it repeatedly pointed out the times that the account told blatant falsehoods about Trump, his potential staffers, his campaign, or his supporters. One huge lie that was repeated by Kamala HQ was that Trump, once elected, would implement a federal abortion ban. Trump had said consistently that he would not do this. The campaign said that Trump was working on Project 2025 playbook, which again wasn't true. They claimed that Trump asked to smack Michelle Obama, that Trump would be a dictator, that he wanted to bring back laws from the 18th century, that he called for the execution of his political opponents. All lies. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, that those are all lies, of course. However, it's pretty interesting to me. Now, Kamala HQ was, how do I say, an interesting case. It seemed like they never got fact-checked, right? That's because they had a Discord. Kamala Harris campaign was manipulating X's community notes via Discord server. This coming out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Earlier today, the Federalist reported that Kamala Harris's campaign had allegedly been using a Discord server to influence community notes. This revelation had sparked controversy, as community notes are decided to provide users with unbiased context on misleading posts. The claim suggested a coordinated effort to alter or counter the narrative on the platform, raising questions about the transparency and fairness of the fact-checking tool. A lot of us just never really understood why that account never got fact-checked. People were like, why is this account not getting fact-checked? I'm confused. How come they continue to lie about Tim, me, Trump, everybody else? Never a community note. Well, it turns out that they had, 1,000 people in a Discord that were either downvoting community notes, allegedly, or adding them to anything that looked bad for Kamala Harris. You can see, actual clip versus a clip. A recent example of a manipulation shows a video shared by Kamala HQ. In the video, the campaign insinuated that former President Donald Trump made a statement about taking away women's rights, whether they like it or not. The narrative has ignited backlash, as many users have pointed out discrepancies of the edited clip and the full context.
They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say. I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. 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 I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
This is what they shared.
Kamala has imported criminal migrants from prisons and jails, from insane asylums and mental institutions all over the world, from Venezuela to the Congo, including savage criminals who assault, rape, and murder our women and girls. Anyone who would let monsters kidnap and kill our children does not belong anywhere near the...
He basically says, I'm going to protect women, whether they like it or not. So they avoided community notes using this Discord. They avoided community notes on the Tim Pool post because of their Discord. So Tim's response simply was, ha, 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 ha. And I appreciate that. Tim does valuable work, and he has the resources to hold these people accountable, and he's doing it. And you've got to appreciate that, and I really respect him for pushing forward on lawsuits that, probably aren't going to make him any money. Now, maybe he got a huge payout from Kamala. I don't know. But the retraction is still probably a win. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below. Don't forget, today is the last time the 12 days of Christmas gift box will be on sale. If you order today, you will get it before Christmas, well before Christmas. It will ship out this week. We have extra staff shipping stuff right now. We worked through the weekend to get basically caught up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.